Because you can also get the same result without causing trauma to the dog and increasing the likelihood of.
Hi guys, good evening. It's Pam with Pam's Paw Patrol. Welcome to my show. Here's my little office here. It's my bedroom. It's a little tiny room. It's my office, and finally have an office. My first computer here. So let's get right down to business. I'm Pam with Pam's Paw Patrol. 1 second. I think we need some more light. How's that? Is that good? Okay. All right. I think that's good. Okay. So I'm on here today because I would like to talk about dogs, but more specifically, I'd like to talk about pack order, whether it's real science or whether it's all the things about pack order. But since it's very controversial, can you believe this, you guys? Pack order is controversial in the dog world, okay? And people don't like to really, they're just very passionate about it. It's been debunked. It doesn't exist. Okay, so let me tell you. So what pack order is, let's talk about what it is first. Okay, hold on. Pack order is the idea that there's a hierarchy in a situation, in a family pack. So pack order would mean there would be a leader, like a dad, say, a strong leader. Okay, like in the elephant world, they go in packs and they have a strong female leader. It's a matriarchal system, not the way we do it. Anyway, okay, so pack order is a hierarchy. People do not believe that pack order has been debunked. Okay, they believe in dogs that there's no pack order. Okay. So pack order, let's talk about pack order in humans. Okay. So maybe dogs don't have it. Let's just say for the sake of that I'm wrong. Okay. That the science is that I'm wrong. Okay. So let's just talk about pack order in humans. Let's go to Dr. Phil. All pack order is a hierarchy. This one's the boss. This one's there for protection and direction. He's quiet. He's front of the pack. Okay, he's front of the pack. He's kind of a dog that's kind of aloof. I'm sorry. We're talking about humans here. So sorry. Okay, so in your home, or where do you land in pack placement, in pack order? Do you land at the front of the pack? Okay, so my front of the pack people, okay, are people that are they're there for protection and direction. They don't talk a lot. They kind of take in the room, these that take in the room. They when they talk, they say something, then they're done. They're kind of aloof, and they don't really want to play much with the kids. They're just like, all right, go on. They're that. Okay, so who is that in your home? Who is that? Who is that? That's my husband. Okay, my husband's the front of the pack. All right, front of the pack. He's my friend. When we go places, he is always, when we used to ride motorcycles, I'm not even kidding with you guys. It was really like a pack order when you rode motorcycles, because you would have a couple of the front guys. They were there because they knew where we were going, and the middle of the pack trusted them, right? Oh my God, it's so much like motorcycle riding. Oh my God, I never put that together before. Okay, so now, in the animal planet, this theory has been debunked. Well, we happen to be animals, so I'll just talk about human animals. Okay, so front of the pack are the humans that are like trusted by others. They're the leaders, but they're quiet about it. They're not bossy. It's not like that. They're very secure. They're very secure in themselves. If you look at my classroom, Appa, the Great Pyrenees, he's my front of the pack dog. Like, he's totally happy when I get there, just like my husband. He's got all the energy for me, and he's happy to see me, and I get the smiles and all. Okay. He's happy to see Blair and some of the other dogs I bring over. But when we go places and when we walk or whatever, he kind of hangs out with me, right? He's kind of like my husband. He kind of walks with me. Front of the pack. Front of the pack. That's all that is. That's all that is. Okay. Middle of the pack. Okay. Those are the people in your life, in your family, that are just happy-go-lucky. They're just like the middle kid. They're running into things. Like, it's time to go eat. Where do you want to eat? I don't care. And they really do not care. They just want to be there. They're just having a good time. If you're on vacation, you'll see the front of the pack people like my husband and, maybe a few of the men that are like keeping the shit together, right? They're like, all the things. And then you got the passenger princesses, me and my sister in the back, having a drink, laughing, like, when do we go there? When do we go there? Like, my husband's like, quit talking to these strangers. You're going to get into some trouble. He's always protecting, and directing. Okay. That's dogs are the same. That there's dogs that you have that are not super playful because they're just naturally born as front of the pack leaders. Then you have people like me. I'm cool with not being the leader. I love being middle of the pack. I don't want the responsibility. Guess what? Please do not put me as your emergency contact. I don't want to do that. I'm a middle of the pack, happy-go-lucky lady. And I like middle of the pack, happy-go-lucky dogs. No, that's not true. I really like front of the pack dogs. I do. Okay. So there's front of the pack, middle of the pack. It's not first, second. This is literally placement. Okay. And then, of course, the back. Who's in the back of the pack? Who's in the back? Who's in the way back? This is where you get in trouble with some dogs. A lot of people misread dogs and they call them aggressive and all this stuff. Actually, they're just back of the pack dogs that have too much responsibility and they don't know how to handle it. It freaks them out. Back of the pack dogs. Okay. No, we're talking about humans. Back of the pack humans, okay, they're the kids that would come into school or the people that you know, or maybe someone in your family that is quiet, a little bit shy, kind of watches everything from the back. They're very sensitive. They're very sensitive people, your back of the pack people. When I taught school, and I am humanizing because we're talking about humans in pack order. When I taught school, I would have some of the kids come in and they were like, oh my gosh, like Chantel is one student I had. She came in and she was, okay. She was a twin. Okay. Her twin was a brother. So it was and she was the only girl in the family, and there were 7 of them total. Okay. She was the youngest. And she came in that room like a boss bitch. She was like, I'm in charge. I got this. And her brother, Caitlin, he was a bag of the pack. He was like way back here. Like, I'm good. I'll sit back here. I'll watch. Right. So the back of the pack kids, you can't put too much pressure on them. You can't look them right in the eye because they're like, oh, quit looking at me. Stop looking at me. Okay. So you got a back of the pack kid. They're shy. They're quiet. You don't put a lot of pressure on them. Don't ask them what they want to be when they grow up. They don't know. They don't know what they're doing right now. They're smart kids. They're great. But those are the ones that you got a big sister and then you got one that's quiet and shy. That big sister's going to take up for that little sister. It's your back of the pack people. When you have back of the pack, so that's all pack order is. That's it. It's recognizing the energy of the pup. Let me put it simply like this. It is recognizing that whenever I teach my classroom and I have Appa that comes in, say he's a student and he's quiet, very protective. He's a leader. I'm going to use him to line up, help me with lining the kids up. I'm going to use his calm energy. And he's gonna be part of the classroom, right? He's front of the pack. He's not teaching the class for me. He's not the leader. He's not the alpha dog. There's None of that. I teach the class. They are in the class. Okay. So you have Appa that comes in. The next couple of dogs that come in, the next couple of kids are Gizmo and Blair. Happy go lucky, middle of the pack, up for a party. Let's do it anytime, 3 a.m. We're partying. Let's go. Blair, I guarantee you, you want to go out and party. Blair's your girl. And you all have seen Blair if you've been on my plan. She's the red healer. Okay. She's the red healer. She's my party girl. Okay. So you've got Appa, front of the pack. You got Blair, middle of the pack. You got my husband, front of the pack. You got me, happy go lucky, middle of the pack. Okay. You've got my daughter Reggie, who is kind of back of the pack, middle. I don't know what, because really there's just my husband and I, the two of us, that's our thing. We don't have a back of the pack, but a lot of people do have the quiet, reserved, back of the pack. So that's all pack order is. That's it. And so I got to thinking about this, and I was watching Zach George, and he was tearing down Cesar Millan. Joel Beckman and Dog Daddy. He did not mention Tom Davis, but that would have been it. Those are my 4. Oh, and Garrett. I can't remember your last name. I can't remember, but you're canine. I love you, Garrett. I cannot wait to meet you. You're so cute. You're also cute. Tom Davis. Okay. So here's the deal, you guys. I know you guys don't want to get into it with him, with old Zach George. But listen, if we don't get together, there's more Karens than there are us. Okay, there's more Karens. Oh shit, I shouldn't say that. Oh, people get offended by that. Oh, I'm just saying we need to unite. We must unite. Okay, so that's pack order. So people say that pack order is debut. It's bad science. It's not. It's true though, because in the human form, I see it. I went on vacation I went to Ireland twice, and I was with 8 people each time. And each time, Brandon and like one other person were always in the front. And then Michelle and I and Talia and stuff were in the middle, back of the pack. And then Sean, Brandon's brother, was literally at the back, like climbing up the walls, making sure that all the middle of the pack people didn't wander off. That's all it is with dogs. It's the same. And then you look up and you see the birds flying, right? And the birds are in a pack. How was that debunked? The birds are in a pack. What about ants? They have colonies. Fish swim in schools. How is that debunked, y'all? Okay, so the other thing that they were getting on Cesar Millan about, oh, Cesar is my man. Oh, I love Cesar. God, I love him. Saved my life. Cesar Millan, if you're on here, you saved my life, sir. Your videos, and you saved my life. You saved my life. Your theories, your outlook on life, you saved my life. And since you saved my life, you've saved many dogs' lives. And I have made mistakes. Obviously, everyone does. But I posted them, been real honest. And I will continue to be honest, because one thing I've learned from Cesar Millan is the pack code. And the pack code, which you guys might think is fake pseudoscience, whatever, it's a code of life. It's like Dr. Phil wrote Life Code. You read that. This is Cesar Millan wrote the pack code, because he's with packs of dogs. You don't know the pack code unless you live with and walk and handle a lot of dogs at the same time. That's when you really, I'm not saying you don't know, but I'm just saying that when you get your hands on those dogs every day, and they're in your vehicle, or you're walking with them, and you see their personalities and how they interact with each other. And when you say, and it's magical. So I don't even know why I'm getting upset, because I'm kind of like, I should just feel sorry for anybody that can't see the vision of what dogs can do and what we do to help them. Like, anyway, so but I'm watching the positive and all that stuff. And it's like I feel like we're all on basically the same exact page, but semantics and optics are different. Like, I feel like it's like nitpicking. Okay, so for example, I'm watching Zach George, and people question him because they're like, okay, you are saying all this about Dog Daddy because he's got protests going on. He's got all the things. It's so terrible. I mean, it's one thing. I mean, to tear down a man's business like that and is not, I mean, it's not fair at all. He has not been charged with abuse. People have used him for years. He's worked with dogs. He's lived with dogs. He's got more instinct about dogs than any of us could have. Maybe Cesar Millan in him. That's it. That's why they're so good. You guys are like, oh, they're charlatans or whatever. No, they're not. They've just lived with dogs. So what they say is true because it's dog codes. It's the dog way. They teach the dog way. You guys teach the human way. Okay, there's a dog way to teach and a human way to teach. There's a dog way to learn and a human way to learn. Dogs have to have pack order. They have to have hierarchy. Talk to Dr. Phil. When I was watching one of his things, one of the girls was like, I'm not minding my parents. And what makes you think you have the right not to mind them? Because because they've never made me mind. So I'm not going to mind them. They don't respect the hierarchy. But animals, the hierarchy is respected and is followed through 100%. I've had dogs in my car. Like I had this one dog. Uncle Leo was his name. Uncle Leo's front of the pack. At his house, he was just throwing fits and growling at the kids, and they were just having a really hard time with him. And when I got there and met him, I was like, dude, I get it. This house is crazy, man. You're going crazy in here, aren't you? And he was like, and I was like, I get it. There's 4 kids and everyone's running around and you're old and cranky. And he was like, yes, I am. He did not want to walk on a lead. I was like, dude, you want to do this stuff. It's going to be fun. Let's do it. Let's do it. They were going to have to put him down because he was, biting at the kids and whatnot. He just needed it to calm the fuck down. He was just like, this house is too much chaos. So I had to come in there and and tell the mom, I was like, okay, we gotta clean this shit up. We're going to reorganize. This is the schedule you've got to have. It's got to be calm in the morning. You can't be chaotic. Your kids can't be throwing their book bags around. Uncle Leo doesn't like it. Okay. Now, if you think that I am a mean person but I was looking after the dog's feelings. I was like, okay, that's what pack code is. Pack code is putting the whole before the individual. When we humanize dog training, we're putting the individual dog ahead of the pack. And he needs to be in a pack so he can have that confidence of knowing that the pack accepted him. And we can't replicate that as humans. Only dogs can sniff it. I mean, I can try. Like I let him sniff my butt. I do everything I can, just like the dog. So yes, there's human science, and that is one way of teaching the dogs to learn. And it is literally almost the same. Zach George was just saying on here, I'm listening to him because he's the ambassador to the dog training world of positive, and because he explains why very well. And he explains why he doesn't like Caesar, so I can have points to counterpoint. So I'm really excited about that. Anyway, Caesar changed my life. Caesar changed my life. His spread peace, love, joy. You put the pack, the whole family before the individual. Eye-opening. I was putting my husband before the whole family. No, that's not right. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't. I thought to myself, because we had Gizmo and he was terrible. He was a puppy and I didn't know what I was doing and I wanted to get rid of him so bad. And I was watching Caesar and I was like, what would Caesar think about my household right now? Oh, back to Uncle Leo. Sorry. So Uncle Leo, take Uncle Leo with me. I'm like, he needs a break from here. He needs a break from the chaos. Y'all get shit together. I'm taking Uncle Leo. I think it was a board or something, a board and train. So he spent the week with me. Well, he did great with the other dogs because he was just like, I'm good with going to bed. I'm good with taking a walk and go eating and going back to bed. Like he was totally fine with as long as he had a structure routine. That was it. He didn't need to learn to sit, stay. He just needed somewhere to be like, we're going to get up. We're going to take a walk. We're going to go eat. We're going to take a rest. We're going to have outside time. I mean, that schedule, that's the schedule. Okay. That's what I do with the dogs. I keep them on a schedule and they like that a lot. It's very comforting. We're in the car driving and I've got Merle also. Merle's this little gray dog. It's one of those little fluffy, but Merle gets so excited. He goes like this. And then he also just whines all the time. Whine all the time. And Uncle Leo was like, that's enough. None of us could get Merle to quit whining. None of us. Nobody. And Leo, one time, that's enough. And he stopped. Now, that's dog training dogs. That's what they mean when they say I say a dog can only help a dog because of those things like that I've seen. One person said to me, because I always say only a dog can fix a dog. Well, I mean, obviously humans, but I mean, you need a dog pack too. I mean, I'm just saying just an individual human trainer medicine is not enough. You take it one more step further, use a pack, that'll close the loop. That's all I'm saying. That closes the gap. That closes the gap. So that's why I use a pack. That's why I have a classroom. Like for example, my new dog's Sadie. You guys saw her last week. She barked at me, bark. She was shutting down. You know, she's like, she went boneless. She threw herself on the ground. She didn't want to go to school. So she throws down. So I brought in Blair. She wasn't that interested in Blair. So I brought in Whiskey and Gizmo, Dum Dum. And I got the lead around her, but I let the dogs continue like to smell her. Now I did try cheese. I set some cheese down. I did try cheese. You know, I did all that. She didn't want that. And I'm not going to lie to you. We got to go. Get in the car. It's time to go to school. I mean, that's honestly the attitude I have. A lot of people say that, you know, if we rush a dog like that, you know, the long-term effects or whatever. But here's my thing. Would they do that in the wild? In the wild, if a dog went boneless, what would the mom do? What do you think she'd do? You think she'd talk to it for a while? Gentle parent it? Now listen, I love you. You trust me, right? You trust me. Now just get up off the floor. As a coach, if I was to go boneless, you think my coach would come over and be like, hey, you want something over here? And then you'll get up from, no, you just say, let's go. Come on, we got stuff to do. Let's go. You move past it. You go forward. The movement is what gets you out of that mindset. You got to move. You get in the car, you're moving, you're smelling other dogs. All of a sudden, you're not in your brain all the time and you're not barking. You're not, all of a sudden you're smelling and looking and all of a sudden you're with friends and you're just, you know, you're just part of something. Not everyone's just staring at you. It's not like one-on-one with this human, because Sadie is a back of the pack dog, and back of the pack dogs are very much like that. That is not a shut down move. That is a respect. Think about how Japanese greet each other. They do what? They bow. Okay? When dogs play, they play bow. They do the play bow, you know, on the ground. They do that. They bow. Dogs don't confront each other eye to eye. They go around. They smell butts, right? We go right up to dogs, look them right in the eye, and we're like, hey, I'm new at your house. How about some food? you shouldn't even look at a dog when you come in the house. You shouldn't look at it, address it, talk to it, or anything. If it starts jumping on you, shoo it off, and that's it. Because you want to be what represents respect to the dog. You want to be what represents trust. Trust and respect for a dog is in the dog code, okay? Human code is different, you guys. Humans are different. But in the pack code, when they meet each other, they go eye to eye. That could be confrontation. It could be good, could be bad. Okay. That is why the eye to eye, it kind of depends on the dog. If you've got a dog that's exercises, fine. It's fine. My pack, you could look eye to eye to any of my dogs. I trust any of them. Anyway, so dogs, when they're shy and they're new to the group, they come in like that. Okay. That's respect. They come in low. A lot of people that get that, like, oh my God, my dog's so sad around you. No, your dog is showing respect to the pack. And when the pack accepts him, he will be outside of the pack. He will be outside of the pack if he's not acted correctly. They don't play games. They're not like, you can come in even though, you're kind of a jerk. No, they're like, no, you cannot be a jerk. You got to be accepted into the pack. And pack is really a thing. Anytime you get 5 or 6 dogs together, they are a pack of animals. And balanced packs are amazing, especially when their inner soul can shine like your front of the pack dogs. They don't have to lead and protect. They can just enjoy themselves. You know that they've got a kind of aloof personality. So you work them, you walk them, you work them. They have a totally fulfilled life. Totally. They don't need to be on your lap. They're in front of the pack dogs. You got your middle of the pack. They're all up in your face, jumping. They're the ones that sometimes those front of the pack dogs are, settle down. Okay. Now, I don't know mentally if that dog's going to be okay in 6 months, if that one dog is mean to him and doesn't redirect him. What do you think? You think the dog will remember the other one, or do you think it'll be like, all right, I'm not doing that again, and that's over. That's over. That's how easy they are to train. That's why a correction works, where all the positive stuff takes a couple of years. Yes, they all work. All the way you're working with dogs work because they're smart enough that it works. You can do nothing and it works. Okay, anything you can do. Dogs are so smart. They're smarter than us. I'm here to teach you guys how smart they are. That's my job. And you can have the best obedient dog in the world that can be the most territorial, the most insecure, the most scared, all the things. They can do every trick in the book, but they're insecure. So what my job is I'm like, okay, let me show you how to make them secure. Let me give you some ideas. First thing to make them secure is get them in a pack. Walk them with your friends and their dogs. Get out there with your friend and walk your dogs together. Get out there and walk. Okay. Get out there and walk. And I'm not talking about they're pulling you all over the place. I'm not talking about it's a walk where they're marking everywhere. No, it needs to be you're in the front or they're beside you or something. They're just they know you're the leader, you're walking, they're behind you, beside you, whatever. And you just go and you put your earbuds in. And the best thing, guys, is if you can use some kind of waist where you can be hands-free, because I don't like to touch the leads whenever I'm walking. I don't, because my energy will affect the way they're walking. So if I see something and I might think in my head, should I walk over this way? That minute right there where I'm second guessing, that would go down and touch them. I don't want them to feel that. So I like to be plus hands-free is just easier. It just is. So yeah, let's wrap this up. This has been 30 minutes. Holy crap. So to all of you that believe that pack order is debunked, I want you to know that pack order is definitely a thing in humans. And I'm just comparing that to dogs because 100% I can see the front of the pack in dogs. You can tell me You can tell me what your dog is doing, and I will tell you which pack order it's in. You can call me right now. Call me up, and show me your dog. And I'll be like, okay, this dog is this, it needs this, and this is how it probably does this and this. And you'd be like, holy crap. But that's a good thing because it's very predictable. So we can make sure that the dog's needs are met if you realize what their pack order is. And all dogs' needs are the same. They all need rules, boundaries, limitation. They all need exercise. It's pretty easy. Guess what? We need rules, boundaries, limitations, and we need exercise. It's pretty easy. So there is pack order for sure. There's a hierarchy, which is different than pack order. There's pack placement, which is just the order of where they, pack placement. That doesn't mean that like I said, it doesn't mean that. And then there's the hierarchy, which is you've got to be the leader. Okay. I mean, you can't not be the leader. It's pretty hard for them to be the leader. I mean, don't make them do everything, y'all. You have to be the leader. You have to decide where you're going to go eat. They cannot decide for you. You have to decide where you want to walk. They cannot decide for you. Okay. You're the boss. You're the parent. Okay. You're the parent. You're the mom. You make the choices. You make the decisions. And she follows and he follows. That's the way it works in the dog world. Your husband should treat you, your husband should follow as well, and your children, and vice versa. All of them. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm Pam with Pam's Paw Patrol. You can find me on all the social media handles. And I got a bunch of shorts over here. I'm very close to being monetized. If you just watch, that would be fantastic. And thank you very much. That's it. Shout out to Cesar Milan, you're my man. Joel Beckman, you're rocking and rolling, really digging the work you do with Prince. And I hope you get to watch some of the work I do with my pack, because we do that. Garrett from K9, keep on keeping on. K9 Informer, you keep on keeping on. And Tom Davis, you just keep doing you. You just are just the cutest little thing. You're just a cute little button. I just feel like you're my son's age. I just want to take you and give you and your wife and oh my God, that cute little baby, that little white haired baby. Oh, so cute. Okay, guys, I'm out.